Hey there, fellow fan. Oh, excuse me. Wow, what the hell? Sorry, I started talking and shit happened. It's crazy. Distracted me. Hey, hey there, fellow fantasy football freaks. How you doing this morning? Or yeah, it's still morning. No matter where you well, I don't know. If you're watching this outside of the United States, it might be like noon or something somewhere. Like if you're watching this in Europe somewhere, it's during the day. But for the most part, most of you anyway that are watching, good morning. Welcome to your Tinker Stinker Power Hour. It's going to be a lot different this week than last week, of course. For those of you who showed up last week to the birthday show, it was a fucking blast. A lot of fun. Had some great guests. If you didn't see it, I mean, even though like the fantasy advice isn't relevant, I mean, still worth watching. It was a lot of fun. There's some cool stuff that happened. So, take a look at that at some point if you want. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Just welcome all of you coming into the show right now. We're going to answer questions. We're going to go over a lot of different things, streaming defenses, streaming kickers. I've got some deep dives for you. And then also your usual injury report up to date. Usually that happens, around 9:15-ish. But I will be getting some updates, every now and again. So I'm going to check those as I get them. Anyway, so as you see, holiday season has thrown up in my house, but it's fun. I love it. My birthday's in the same month. It's just all it's just all 1 month long celebration for me, my family, and everything. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well this morning. I see a lot of good mornings here. Don Thompson, happy game day, Ty. Happy game day to you, Don. Thank you so much. A good morning from Ethan. Good morning to you, sir. All right. Matt, what's up? Happy 420 and cheers, bro. Hey, let's get things started off. Speaking of the 420, I got old man Winner right here. No, I'm just kidding. We call him Mr. Winter or the Winter Warlock. For those of you who are fans of Santa Claus is coming to town and all the Rankin Bass shit. I got some interesting news on that too. I'll tell you about here in a second. So anyway, I'm smoking the Blue City Diesel, blue, winter, whatever. Anyway, so good morning to y'all. Here we go. For those of you, the two that just left, they're like, I don't like weed. I don't like marijuana. It doesn't mix with my fantasy football. Whatever. I've been doing it for like Jesus. I mean, over 20 years. All it does is it helps me to, get over social anxiety. It helps with pain. I'm a caregiver. I've done caregiving for so long, back pain, stuff like that. I have medicinal purposes for it. I don't like smoking. I don't know who to sit and start, man. Let's just like talk about wrestling or something. There's some people who do that, but not me. Although, yeah, sometimes it does go off the rails, and I don't mind that so much. But anyway, good morning. Hashtag TyRant Gang. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Hey, let's go back to Richard real quick. He goes, good morning, Carolina defense over Arizona defense this week. Yeah, I do. I actually like that. Sneaking in a question on the good mornings, you son of a bitch. I'm just kidding. No, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, actually, that's a little sneaker, a sneak preview for later. I'm going to talk about them later on. But to answer your question, yeah, I like the Panthers defense this week, and I like them better than Arizona. I think Arizona going up against Matt Stafford and the Rams, a lot of scoring can happen there. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons are giving up the most points to team defenses this year, and Panthers, do well in good matchups. So, and they've been pretty stout. They've been pretty solid. So yeah, give me the Carolina Panthers this week. And that's a little sneak preview for you all for the streaming defenses, by the way. So, anyway, thank you for the question there, Richard. Hold on. Excuse me. All right, Richard, thank you for that. Dude, the questions are coming in like a flood here, so bear with me. I'm going to go through a round of questions, and then I'm going to get into, my normal stuff here. So Anyway, but before we do that, we're going to do, like we always do, the morning pour. All right? Go Niners. This morning pour is brought to you by New Belgium and the Voodoo Ranger. Yeah, this is a beer that was actually gifted to me by a buddy of mine for my birthday last week. I got so many like beers and gift beers. I haven't been able to catch up, so I'm gonna try this one out. It's funny. I'm not even like normally a huge fan of IPA, but I love New Belgium. I love pretty much everything they do. If you don't know, they're the ones who do Fat Tire. Fat Tire. If you don't know Fat Tire, get the fuck off my show. I'm just kidding. Everybody's welcome. You can be like an Eskimo who knows nothing about whatever. Anyway, all right. So we're going to do this little ASMR action for y'all's right there. And here we go. We're going to pour that up. A little New Belgium. Looks like I got some updates. And of course, all news and injury updates. I'll hit you. Oh, damn. That's got quite a head on it. It's a good thing I'm not a bartender. Eh? All right. Anyway, I'm going to let that settle down for a minute, actually, before we get into that. All right. All right. Welcome in, everyone. If you know anyone that wants to, get some good live advice and have it actually be entertaining and not just the same boring shit, get them in here. Give them the link. Let them know. I put it around here and there. We got 10 people, and it's cool. I like it. I figure like this time of year, a lot of people have been eliminated from playoff contention. So, there's less people watching and stuff like that than there normally would be. But it's okay. It's not that much less. And my viewership's growing because, by the way, for everybody, here we go. I've done it. The next milestone, couple of milestones, actually. I hit 600 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for all of your attention, your viewership, your support. And, so many of you have been so wonderful over, the past year or so. And really been a pleasure doing this for you, interacting with you guys. There's no other guru that interacts with their fans the way that I do, all right? I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So 600, and then also 30,000 views. My channel has got 30,000 views. That's a big milestone too. So we're hitting it, and next season's going to hit even harder. But we're going to finish off this season and make sure that you all win your championships. Okay. All right, so let's get through some of this here. Like I said, I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to go over the streamers, things like that. If you have specific questions about specific players, matchups, whatever you want, put it down there in the comments. We're going to get to all your questions, all right? Facebook user. Now, if you want me to know who the hell you are, if you want to stay anonymous, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But if you want to just be Facebook user, that's fine. But if you want me to know actually who you are, there's a little click, little link that you click there for StreamYard to allow you to show your name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you do it or not. Burrow a car. Burrow. Yeah, there you go. There's my answer. If you haven't seen my benches and bumps for this week, excuse me, it came out a bit late because, dude, I had some problems with my computer was hemorrhaging hard drive space for some reason. I had to fix a lot of shit. We had internet issues. It was like everything that could possibly get in my way was getting in my way of getting that video out. So it got out really late, a day late. But go check it out if you can. Benches and bumps. I do talk about how I like Burrow and I don't like Carr. If you want a little bit more about that, Carr always has shit the bed possibilities. Burrow, though, is going up against the Niners, and I'm a Niners fan, but I know scoring can happen with us. We've got a pretty good defense, but it's banged up to shit right now. And we just found out that Dante Johnson went down. Mosley was already down. So yeah, Burrow's gonna own the defense this week of the Niners. So I like Burrow. Give me Burrow this week. Good question. All right. Next up, James Robinson or Barkley or Javonte Williams. Pick two. Well, I'm going to go with Barkley. I'm going to get a little bit of this beer action going on. But real quick, I like Barkley. And you know what? I like Javonte Williams to do it again. I know Gordon's coming back, but they might hold him back a little bit, and they might, send Javonte Williams out there to kill it against Detroit. So I like it. James Robinson might be all right, but Barkley and Java this week. Like I said, I'm not a huge IPA fan, but it ain't bad. It's like a citrusy kind of flavor. It's good. It's more citrusy than hoppy, which I appreciate because I'm not like a big I don't love super hoppy shit. But anyway, Richard Ybarra. See, so here's the thing. I think about it. Okay, I think the same way about hoppy beers I do spicy food. All right, I don't. If it's hoppy just because it happens to be, that's fine. But if it's like, oh, we've got the bitterest, hoppiest beer, like who gives a shit? Oh, look, you can taste the hops in this. I don't give a fuck. I'm supposed to taste beer, not hops. It's like the spicy food. If it's spicy just for the sake of being spicy, I don't fucking like that shit. I'm not a big fan of buffalo sauce. Anyway, we get off the rails here. It's okay. Russell Wilson and Taysom Hill this week. I like Taysom Hill. He put up 24 fantasy points last week. I told you he was going to put up 24 fantasy points. That's what he does. He puts up 24 fantasy points. He does it with his legs. It doesn't matter how many interceptions he throws. He's going to get some touchdowns through the air and on the ground, and he's going to get the yardage on the ground as well. So that's going to help him. Wilson, we got to see him really cook. He's gotten a little bit better here and there. Okay, but I want to see him actually cook before I'm starting him. He could get that going against the Texans. It's very, very possible. Last couple of weeks he's been back in the double digits, back above 15 points, almost at 20. Okay, that's been consistent. But Houston, I mean, I don't know. Their running game right now, the Seattle Seahawks running game's all banged up. However, Collins is healthy, so he might be an okay play with Homer out. And so I mean, he might be an all right play. But my point is, I'm not starting Wilson until I see it again, until I see him do that. And Hill's gonna get you enough points, dude. Start him up. I like him. Cory Hernandez, what's up, my man? Hey, what's up with you, Cory? Hey. Let me tell you, those of you who haven't donated yet, go ahead and hit like too while you're at it. Hit like too, share with people, get some more people in here. But anyway, we're gonna answer all these questions. But here, real quick, I just want to say, if you haven't donated yet, right now is the time to do it. You'll see in the description, I've got plenty of places where you can donate. Half of the donations this month are going to Dornbecker Children's Hospitals. All right, they do good work. So love them, want to give back. That kind of thing. Cory, help out with that too, my man. And the thing is, this is why. Because if you enter, do it now, not only are you helping me, not only are you helping underprivileged children, which is the reason for the season, that's to help out and love, but you're going to get entries into the grand prize giveaway where you could win the stitched DeAndre Swift jersey, which I thought I had around here to show off, but I guess that I don't. And if there's anybody watching that happens to also live in my house and want to bring that jersey out for me, that would be great, but probably not. Anyway, so you can win a signed DeAndre Swift jersey. So yeah, Cory, get on that, my man. Anyway, thank you so much for the well wishes, accolades, everyone. Hey, Cass, Big Cass, what's up, my man? You and Matt, cage match. I see it happening. Mr. Mike Martinez, good morning. Hope you had a great birthday, bro. Hey, I did. Lots of good stuff, It was really difficult for me to get a lot of the work done because I had so much, birthday shit going on. Hey, look at that. Thank you. I actually was someone was listening. Look at that. Signed DeAndre Swift jersey. Let's turn it right side up. Whatever. See? That's the real signature. Certificate of authenticity. Go sign up. Go donate or sign up at superdraftpro.com/the fantasy tyrant. You get entries that way too. Just let me know and I'll get you entries in. All right. Mike Martinez, thank you so much. Nicholas Stafford, you've got some questions and you are a recent Patreon supporter. So you are entered into the grand prize giveaway for that Swift jersey. All right, awesome. Pick 2, Mr. Williams, Montgomery, Kamara, Monty, and Kamara. Okay, I'll tell you what, I am a little bit concerned about Kamara, and this is just because of what happened last season. However, I'm just a little bit concerned. What I mean is like, oh no, Alvin Kamara may not get any 30-point games this season. He might just be sticking to 20 to 25. Oh no. You're still going to love it. You're still going to start it. You're not going to do anything else. So yeah, Kamara and Montgomery this week. Mr. Richard Ybarra, love the Montana jersey. Yeah, got one. Yeah, you got one. I want to get this thing signed. That'd be great. Love. Big Joe Montana fan, always been, always have been, always will be. He is the true GOAT, in my opinion, and I ain't gonna argue it. Anyway. Yeah, I got a viewer coming in on there. It's like, yeah, I agree. Anyway. God may that's I wasn't reading that. Ethan, what's up? Let's get to the real question here. JALEN, GUYTON, or Joshua Palmer? And that is a big question. So here's the thing. Keenan Allen, of course, is out, which means, of course, we're starting up Mike Williams. He's my bump of the week at wide receiver. So, that's a no-brainer. However, who's going to be the number 2 guy? And I think that it's JALEN GUYTON, because he's been that guy. I've seen him flare up, for the past few weeks. His name keeps cropping up. I'm thinking about getting him. I'm thinking about starting him here and there, and when he's the number 2 guy, you got to go with it. He caught 4 passes for 90 yards and a touchdown last week. 18.9 fantasy points. I'll take that. I'll take that all fucking day. Of course, that was his best game, his only touchdown, of the season. However, if given an actual starting role, I can definitely see him, coming through even more so. Now, Palmer should be okay, but he's given me no reason to think that he's giving me anything special. He's very few targets, very little production. I like GUYTON, and they like GUYTON too, if you listen to the coaches. So, yeah, let's go with GUYTON on that one. Big Cass, God made weed, man made big pharma. I'll choose 420 anytime. Big Cass, I agree with you. Love you, my man. Love it. Let's take a hit. I'll take a hit for that. There you go. Right? Nature. It's natural. It's beautiful. Anyway. Yeah, Big Cass. Thank you. So, Ethan, I don't want to play Russell Gage. So I got to pick one. Yeah. I don't know, though. Like, between Russell Gage and GUYTON, it's tough. I might lean Gage on that one. And I'm not even big on Gage this week. But with Mike Williams out there, and I just think they're going to be able to run up the score enough to where they're going to be, they're going to be, what am I talking about? They're going to be comfortable running the ball. And that's what I feel. I think this is going to be a great game for Eckler. Definitely. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. Every game's a great game for Eckler. As long as he's healthy, then, it's a great game for Eckler. But, yeah, I think, like, the Giants, even they got Glennon starting. Not that that's even that much worse than Jones, but they're so banged up and everything that, I think they're just going to be running it. And I think that's going to be Mike Williams. You might get a little bit of Palmer, a little bit of GUYTON. But you know what? I like Russell Gage. He's going to be, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm not a fan of Russell Gage in a vacuum this week, but versus GUYTON, I would actually take Gage over him. That's just my call. Barely, though. So if your gut says GUYTON, stick with GUYTON. I like GUYTON. I like either one. Okay, Mike. Sorry, I got some other things going over here. Okay, Mike. Need a running back in the flex standard. Do I trust Wilson Jr. or go with Jamar Jefferson? Penny, Collins, P. Ryan, Abdullah, David Johnson, McDonald's, Jones. Okay. You got a whole plethora there. Really, for me, it's between Wilson and Jamar Jefferson. Now, the problem with Wilson is that, you got Jermichael Hasty in there. And so that's going to, and whoever else they decide to put in, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Like, and Kyle Shanahan might go in there and run it himself. We don't know. They might just run Debo all fucking game, okay? So I don't know. What I do know is Jamar Jefferson has looked good. When he's got the ball, he's looked good. And that's all you can do is go with the eye test, as they say. I'm not a huge fan of the Lions offense in general. But he's looked all right. He's had some games. Like back in week 10, he had 3 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. And then before the bye in week 8, he had 2 carries for 6 yards and a touchdown. And then, had some passing game work as well. They utilize him. He can be used. He looks good. If you've watched him play, he passes the eye test. Now they're going to lead on a combination. It's going to be like a committee. But I think that Jamar Jefferson is the lead of that committee. So I'm saying it's hard. It's really hard. I'm with you on that one. That's a tough one. Because I do want, Jefferson's looked good, but, I'm still leaning toward Wilson on that one. It's barely, but yeah, I mean, because both those running backs could go off, right? You could have both of them get around 15 to 20 points. So, you know what? Go with Wilson. I like it. Voodoo Ranger is the shit. Hey, it's not bad. It is not bad, man. I like it. Thank you to Chad. Chad, if you're watching, thanks for the beers. Good stuff. All right. Ybarra, let's go Niners. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Not sure what that's for, but there you go, Nick. Congrats. I'm not sure on what. Something. What are we saying congrats for? What the fuck did I say? Did I smoke too much weed and forget? Like, what the fuck? I'm being congratulated. Oh, the 600 subscribers. Yeah, 600. I love it. And the 30,000 views on my page. That's cool. It's true. It's damn true. Kurt Angle. Burrow or Jimmy G this week, says Mike. I like Burrow. Heineke or Newton. I'm going to go Cam Newton, actually. I think that he's got, a great matchup against the Dirty Birds of Atlanta, They're giving up a lot. I think that's something like the fourth or fifth most points to opposing QBs. Hey, I can't argue with the numbers, okay? And Cam can have a good week. He can have a good week and can have a bad week. And we've seen that already. Well, we've seen the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of Cam Newton, all right? I think we see more the Dr. Jekyll side. All right, Oscar, should I start Cowboys defense or the Panthers defense this week? Ooh, that's a good one because the Cowboys defense has usually been playing pretty well, but the Panthers defense is a great matchup this week. As I was saying, against the Dirty Birds of Atlanta, who are actually giving up the most fantasy points to opposing defenses. Excuse me. Matt Ryan's turning it over. They're fumbling, they're stumbling, they're not scoring a lot of points. So, the defenses are playing well against them. And the Panthers are a good defense. They're very underrated, I think, this year. But Dallas, same thing. I mean, I don't think they're underrated. I think a lot of people know, how good they are. They're going up against Washington. Washington's kind of middling as far as how they do against defenses, honestly. Heineke could score the ball. He can. It's a tough one, but give me a slight lean toward the Panthers defense this week just because the matchup and defenses, that's how it is. Defenses are a lot more about matchup. Well, it depends. It depends on the situation. Of course, there are stud defenses just like there are stud players, but I mean, even stud defenses fucking lose out a lot. So anyway, I do like the Panthers defense this week, Oscar. All right. Thank you for the question. That's a very good question. That's kind of like a 55-45 for me. You could start the Cowboys if you really feel like the Cowboys, and they'll probably do fine. I think both teams, I think both defenses get over 10 fantasy points. I'll tell you that. All right, but slight lean toward the Panthers for me. I just like them this week, and I'll get into that a little bit later on too. Big Cash, pick 2, Hilliard, Chubb, Renfro, 2 of them, huh? Well, Chubb for sure. That's a no brainer. Am I going Hilliard against Jacksonville or Renfro, huh? Well, it's non-PPR, so that's kind of tipping the scale for me, and going Hilliard, although I think it's Deontay Foreman who's kind of going to be the main guy for the Titans. I think Hilliard's more of the passing down back. So, it's still, in non-PPR, he's not going to get quite as much as he would in PPR, of course. So I go back and forth on that, really. Let me take a look real quick at what we got going on for Renfro. I mean, yeah, he is going to, Kansas City's not giving up too much at wide receiver lately. They've been playing a lot better. The defense has played a lot better as of late. I mean, but the thing is, Renfro did well against them a couple weeks ago. 46 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, that could be big. In non-PPR though, it's not as big, you see. So that's why, Hilliard's going to get touches. But then again, so really it's another 55-45, and actually I'm going to lean toward Renfro on this one. All right. But again, if you have your gut, if saying the other way, go with Hilliard. But I don't think Hilliard's going to knock off a huge run like he did last week. I think that it's going to be more of a Foreman show. All right, Mike Martinez, my man. You've been a fan since last season. You've been sticking by me. I love it, Mike. Thanks so much for your continued viewership and your loyalty. All right, so we're talking Taysom Hill or Brady. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. You ready? You ready for the 13 people that are watching right now and probably get cut in half? Because I'm going to tell you to start Taysom Hill over Tom Brady. There you go. Taysom Hill over Tom Brady. The reason why is just, first of all, Tom Brady's matchup. I don't like it. He's shown this season, especially later in this season, and usually that's been the case, at least in the last few years. The second half of the season has been not as good for Tom. He tends to, save it up to the playoffs. And I think that's where we're at now. Now, yeah, he did have a really good game. I think that was last week, yeah, against Atlanta. Scoring 29 fantasy points. But, he had 12 the week before that, 20 against the Giants. He should have more against the Giants, and only 15 against Washington. Should have a lot more against Washington. Yeah, I'm worried this week against Buffalo, who are giving up the fewest points to quarterbacks. I know, they're banged up a little bit, but honestly, the defense has been just solid, absolutely solid. Let's see. Let's look here. They stopped Mac Jones. They get 0.46 fantasy points for Mac Jones last week. That was incredible, dude. That defense was on fire, and they still lost the fucking game. How the shit does that happen? That's fucking crazy. Anyway, they haven't given up a 20-point fantasy game since Patrick Mahomes in week 5. To quarterbacks. They haven't given up anything over 15 fantasy points since Tua did it in week 8. They've been on fire. They're just, I hate to do it, but this could be a bad week for Tom. Could be a bad week for Tom, and Taysom Hill's going to get you 24, 25 points. Every week, he's going to figure out a way to do it. He's like Hurts with a better coach, So, anyway. Happy belated birthday, says Richard. But anyway, thanks for the question there, Mike. I'm going to start Taysom Hill over Brady. I don't know if you're going to actually do that, but, if you do, hey, cheers to you, man. Having the balls to do that shit. Montana's the best quarterback. I agree. Yep, absolutely. Oscar Burrola. Pick 2. Terry McLaurin. Brandon Ayuk. Austin Walter. Jeff Wilson. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Wow. It's an interesting grouping there. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah, I'm not going with any running back from the Jets for one thing. So we can eliminate that right away. I'd definitely go Jeff Wilson over him if I had to. But I'm going to go Terry. And it's between Ayuk or Wilson. And I'm going to go Jeff Wilson. I'm just, no, you know what? I'm going Brandon Ayuk. I'm calling Brandon Ayuk because I think they're going to be utilizing Debo more in the running game, and I think Ayuk's going to be heading downfield a little bit more. I think they're going to need a score against Bengals. I think Bengals are going to be on fire. I think that's, Burrow is going to have a good game. You got to go on the other side. Give me McLaurin. Give me Brandon Ayuk in that one. All right? See, you just got to watch my thought process. Isn't that fun? Don't you wish that, like, my head was, like, clear and you could see the gears moving and shit? I'm getting weird now. What's in this shit? It's good stuff. It's Blue City Diesel. It's my favorite stuff. Anyway, Nicholas Stafford, flex position. We got Chase. We got Javonte Williams. We got Jeff Wilson. Now, as far as Chase, are we saying Chase Edmonds? Or are you saying Jamar Chase? Because that's the call for me. I say Jamar Chase. If it's Chase Edmonds, I like Java Williams. There you go. Wilson or Hubbard? Hubbard. Yeah, I do actually like Hubbard this week. If you watch my show, if you watch Benches and Bumps, you'll see why. All right, go take a look. No, it's just because they're facing off against Atlanta, and Atlanta sucks on D. And everything, but there you go. Pitts or RSJ? S Trojan3659. Thanks, bro. He says Pitts or RSJ. It's Pitts could have a great game, but I think that Ricky Seals-Jones has been more solid. He's been more consistent, and you got to go with that. And then when you're trying to get a spot in the playoffs, unless you feel like you need like a big home run hit, you want to stick with what's going to get you some points, what's going to be solid, what's going to you guys stick with your studs or what's going to be a solid play that week, depending on the matchup. In this case, I don't like the matchup so much for Pitts, and I like RSJ a lot in this game. In fact, I talked about that on my show. On Benches and Bumps, I was talking about how I like Ricky Seals-Jones this week, and I want to make sure I get the statistic right here. Give me just a second. So, yeah, of course, facing off against Dallas, they're giving up the 11th most fantasy points to tight ends. So, hey, I like it. And when he's had a good matchup, he's played well, getting over, 11 fantasy points, 15.8, in good matchups. He's got a good matchup. I like him over 10 fantasy points this week. So give the nod to RSJ just because we do not know what the hell's going to happen any given week, pretty much, with Pitts. All right. We don't know. Or he hasn't shown any consistency. He's had a couple good games, and that's it. Mo G, need a flex this week. J-Rob, Judy, pick up MVS. Didn't play Madison. Smart move. I told everyone. Okay, so on my Thursday show, I was saying, hey, yes, start up Madison. But then we learned that Cook was going to get full play, and I was like, all right, no. Start Cook, sit Madison. And I was trying to tell everybody that. Hopefully, some people didn't get the memo. A lot of you did, and we're happy. So anyway, That's why you got to keep watching the show. You gotta stay signed up with me. Sign up with me on Patreon. Get on with me on my Facebook pages. I'm talking shit all the time. I'm telling you, you know, I make my shows and I put them out, and then seconds later the news changes everything. So you gotta keep up. Anyway, that's why you come see this show, because that way you get the most up-to-date news. So I like J-Rob. But TyRant is TB12. He never lets us down. I was laughing so hard at your quote on, yeah, TyRant King. Yeah, he never lets us down. Yeah, he does sometimes. But anyway, yeah, be hearing a lot of that this week, I'm sure. We're playing Titans or KC Defense. That's a good one. I actually like the Kansas City defense this week. And real quick, I'm going to go over my streaming defenses, and then we'll get to some more questions, okay? So that brings us, I like the Chiefs' defense this week. And a lot of people are talking about the Titans. And they do this every single time. The Titans will have a good matchup, right? But then they don't. But then it doesn't work out. And they wonder why. It's because, they had a string of really good games. And just, I can't trust them. Now, they scored 13 points last time they went against Jacksonville, which is good. Now, you could start Tennessee. I'm not saying it's a bad start. I'm not as 100% behind them as everyone else has been. And Kansas City's defense has been turning it the fuck on lately. And they have a good matchup this week against the Raiders. It's not the best matchup. They're middling, really. But Kansas City, let's see, against Las Vegas, and 7 points. You know what? See, again, you're watching my thought process here. Kansas City has allowed 17 points or less in the last 5 games. That's a pretty good clip. That's why it's such a tough option, but it's a tough choice between those two. I got to go. God, that's a good question, Trojan. You got me. I'm trying to, you know what? Slight lean toward the Titans, actually, just because the matchup's a little bit better. That's all. Slight lean toward the Titans. I think both of them are going to be good plays. I think they're both going to be top 10, maybe top 5 plays. Actually, I'm going to move on to that in a second. But I do like the Chiefs this week as a fantasy start. I also like the Saints, but they're harder to find. They're harder to come by. They're not. I think they're owned in like 70% of fantasy leagues, something like that. So they might be harder to get, but they're facing the Jets, and so there you go. If you can get them, get them. The Panthers, I talked about them already. I think that, like I said, they've been good anyway. Going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who are giving up the most fantasy points to opposing defenses. They're only 41%, so likely you can find them in your league. And then finally, I like the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, they've been turning it on lately. I don't like the Seattle. Okay, strike that from the damn record. Don't you ever take a soundbite of that and play it. Just we should destroy the video of this. I do not want that quote ever be heard ever again. I do not like the Seattle Seahawks. Never will I like the Seattle Seahawks. Niners all the way. But the defense in fantasy could be good this week. Going up against Houston, they got Davis Mills in there. It's going to be a fucking it's going to be a free-for-all for that defense. And so there you go. There's your streaming defenses this week. Kickers, Prater, always. For some reason, he's on the pine. He hasn't been so big this year. But I think this game, he's got. Oh, sorry. I'm getting some. Getting something up here. Yeah, going up against the Rams. It's going to be Monday night, prime time. Excuse me. I just feel like that there's going to be a lot of back and forth scoring, but the thing is, the Rams are good enough defense. You're going to get down into the red zone. They're going to stop you. You got to kick field goals. I like Prater this week. I also like Randy Bullock. And this dude is barely owned. He hasn't had the greatest games because of the game script. But this week they got Jacksonville. And Jacksonville, let's see, last time they faced Jacksonville, he had 7 points, which is not the greatest thing for a kicker. But he went on, but the thing is, he's actually been pretty good in most games. The last 2 weeks that he played, he only scored 1 fantasy point apiece. A lot of people dropped him because then he was on a bye. But he did run together, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of 11 or 12 fantasy points in 5 out of 7 weeks. That's pretty damn consistent. I like him against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's given up the 5th most fantasy points to kickers. He already had a middling game against them. So now I think he has a good one. I think he gets 11 or 12 fantasy points here. I like Randy Bullock this week. And Robbie Gould, not just because I'm a Niners fan, but because, I think that the Bengals defense are good enough to stop them from scoring touchdowns at will, but not good enough to stop them from getting downfield. So I like Robbie Gould this week. All right. There we go. There's my streaming kickers and streaming defenses. I'm going to get to the sleepers and the injuries in just a minute. We got some questions here. Good morning, Heartbeat Singh. Good morning, Sit One, Javonte Williams, Connor CH. Ooh, Sit Connor. Chase Edmonds is coming back, my little baby boy. Chase Edmonds, love him. And so he's going to be getting the lion's share of the touches. Now Connor's going to vulture his tight, the vulture the running, vulture a touchdown. And but I think CEH is going to have a good game. I think Javonte Williams has. I think both of them are going to get 15 plus fantasy points. I think Connor's probably going to get around 10 or 12. All right, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, sit Connor. Good problem to have. That's a good bunch to have going into the playoffs. Ethan Gray, Kansas City or Buffalo, or pick up Carolina. I would stick with Kansas City. Pick 2: Hopkins, Chase, Samuel, or Jefferson. I mean, let me go back to that real quick. Yeah, I mean, you could pick up Carolina, but I mean, are you going to drop Kansas City for that? You're definitely not dropping the Buffalo defense, and they could do all right. But I see why you'd be worried against Tom Brady, even though I think Tom Brady's going to get the shit end of that stick. But I do see why you're worried about that. So, yeah. But I still stick with Kansas City. I just think they've been playing so well on defense. Carolina's a good play too, but Kansas City's been scoring more points. Got to go with that. Can't argue with it. Excuse me. I've had things happen in my past where this defense that's sucks is scoring a lot of fantasy points. But they suck, so I'm not gonna start them. Fantasy's a way different beast. All right. Yeah, they're scoring points. Stick with them. Excuse me. Big Cash, pick 2: Hopkins, Chase, Samuel, Van Jefferson. All right. Give me excuse me. If Debo's playing, he's in. All right. The question then it becomes Hopkins or Chase, because Van, no. I'm going with Hopkins. No. That's hard. Hopkins or Chase. You know what? Chase has been underused. The Niners defense is banged up to shit in the backfield, or in the their cornerbacks. Fucking Mosley went down. Now Dante went down. Dude, I think he can burn him. I think he has a bounce back, get right game right here. Go with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel. I hate to sit D-Hop. I hate the fact that I've ever had to say that. I hate the fact that he's not a fucking stud like he should be. But he's not. Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, they are the studs. Start them up. All right. Matt, Hill, or Murray. Have a friend here who's asking PPR. All right. Taysom Hill or Kyler Murray. But it does, see, PPR doesn't matter. We're talking about quarterbacks. So Kyler Murray, I can't go against him. Dude has a higher upside than Hill. I think that Kyler Murray can get 30 points. I think you're looking at. I think it's close. I think you're looking at like 25 points either way. But give me the slight edge to Kyler Murray. Thanks for the help. I'm guessing. Thanks for all the HPE. Let's see. Hewlett Packard envelopes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much. Help every week. F the phone banking. I like it. There we go. Replacing Keenan Allen, Higgins, or Gordon. Higgins. I just feel like Higgins has a good week. I feel like all the Bengals are going to have good weeks. Maybe not Boyd, but Higgins definitely. Jamar Chase. I think Burrow has a good week. Uzama might get a touchdown. Hey, you never know. Might be good. If you got more questions, put them down there. But we're going to move on to some things here. I'm going to go over injuries, and then I'm going to end on the deep sleepers, including my double deep danger dive of the week. That's how I'm going to end the show. But I'm going to go over injuries real quick because we're getting updates. Now, if you have specific questions about specific injury or players in terms of injury, let me know. All right, let's see. Let's get some up-to-date injury news here. Okay. Now, these are the most, these are the most updated. I got a frog in my throat. I hope I don't croak. Oh, stupid fucking joke. Okay. Curtis Samuel's going to be in. It doesn't do anything, but it maybe affects RSJ a little bit. But I still think that Ricky Seals-Jones should have a fine game. J.D. McKissick is out, so fire up Gibby. No problems there. Johnson was just placed on the COVID-19 list. David Johnson was. So, it doesn't matter. Rex Burkhead, maybe? Maybe you're starting Rex Burkhead. But hopefully you have better options because I don't like any running backs for them. Royce Freeman, whatever. I don't care. No. Brandon Cooks is active. I knew he was going to be, but I'm not starting him. Julio Jones is active. We knew that. Now, here's the thing. Tony Pollard is out. So if you're worried about Zeke, don't be. Zeke's going to have a good game. Higgins is expected to play, so I like him this week against the Niners. Joe Mixon's going to play, after all. That was going back and forth. We didn't know what was going to happen there. Deebo Samuel's going to play. Shepard's playing. Golladay is going to play. So maybe we are going to see a lot more of the healthy Giants wide receivers, although I don't think they're going to be all that healthy. Chase Edmonds is still a game time decision for Monday night. So if you have other options, play them instead. Otherwise, you have to have something going on there. Like maybe if you have Connor too, or one of the anyway, sorry. So yeah, or like Michelle, maybe. I don't know, whatever. Mike Williams, yeah, we know he's fine. Darrell Henderson's out, with COVID. So yeah, start up Sony Michelle, although that's not the greatest matchup. If you can, Anyway, pretty much nothing else is really as up to date. I'm gonna check the stream real quick here. Make sure that I'm up to date on everything. As far as I know, everything is good. Kamara's active. Julio Jones, Samuel, Landon Collins, Brandon Cooks is active. And Pollard, McKissick, Johnson, Ramczyk are out. Yeah, so there you go. All right. Okay. Let's turn that off. Fuck that shit. All right. If you have any more questions, put them down there. I'm gonna go on to my my deep sleepers of the week. All right. So here we go. We're going deep. Let's see, Oscar, real quick. One more defense: Cowboys or Seahawks? Seahawks. Seahawks D. Seahawks D this week. All right, my deep sleepers. Jamar Jefferson at the running back. Hey, it's not the greatest matchup. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a committee, but the guy does look solid. Could be sneaky. I like him in DFS. For wide receiver, I like JALEN GUYTON. See, the thing is, I've been talking about these guys already, so you don't even need to know. But JALEN GUYTON he's going to be the wide receiver 2 there for Herbert, and that's a good thing to be. And when he plays, when he gets attention, he gets those. He caught 4 of 4 targets. He gets touchdowns. He's great. I like JALEN GUYTON. I like him as a start if you're in a really deep league, or in DFS. Like I said, yeah. Quarterback. Here's a sleeper for you. Yeah, you're not going to do this, but it is a sleeper, and that is Trevor Lawrence. If you're in a 2-quarterback league, you might consider it. All right. Now, he got 22 fantasy points in week 5 against the Titans. Okay. And that's the thing, is that the Titans are I think they're giving up the number one, the top 3 at giving up fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. So there's already a reason there. It was his best game of the season. He could do the same thing again. So, yeah, I like Trevor Lawrence this week against the Titans. Could be another 20-point plus fantasy week. So, yeah, it was only between them and Houston. Those are the only times when he went over 20 points. Hey, could be a sneaky play this week against the shitty-ass Titans D. I like it. Now, at tight end, Foster Moreau. I know I said it last week, and it didn't turn out, but hear me out, all right? I'm going to the well again, because this time I think he actually has a better matchup. I think that this week, going up against Kansas City, they're going to need to score points. Carr likes throwing to the tight ends. Kansas City's given up the 8th most fantasy points to tight ends. Hey, put the numbers together. I like Foster Moreau as a sneaky play. Again, another DFS play that'll allow you to put in, more valuable guys in other places. All right. Foster Moreau, great pickup this week. Pick up and start if you need him to, but even better in DFS. And my double deep, I'll get to that. And my double deep danger dive of the week, Laquan Treadwell. Dude's been showing that he's getting attention from Lawrence. All right. It could be very sneaky. I'm not saying you're going to pick up and start the guy. I'm saying keep an eye on him. Use him like if you are stacking guys, the good players up in DFS, and you need a fucking punt. Hey, Treadwell might actually end up being a good play again against those Titans who are giving up the most fantasy points to wide receivers. And Laquan Treadwell last week caught 4 or 5 targets for 62 yards against the Rams. So he's been the number 1 wide receiver without Jamal Agnew. So put those numbers together. That's a good stack. That is a sneaky ass stack in DFS. Trevor Lawrence, Laquan Treadwell, and then fucking you can afford the goddamn moon everywhere else. All right? So that's a good play. I like it. Anyway, Matt, thank you for all your help, master. You have helped the grasshopper. TyRant gang, #TyRant gang. Good luck, except for Big Cass. Screw that guy. Matt, thank you so much. And that about covers it, I think. If you got any last-second questions, throw them up right now. But otherwise, we're going to head out. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Remember, this month, you can win this DeAndre Swift jersey, signed jersey. Yeah, Swift signed. Yeah, you get the certificate of authenticity right there. So you know this isn't bullshit. I didn't just buy some jersey and just sign it myself. Nah, this is the real deal, guys. Okay? Enter to win. Here's how. There's 3 ways. 1, go on to superdraftpro.com/thefantasytyrant. Go on there. Doesn't matter if you sign up for the free tier or whatever. Let me know what tier you're up on. For each tier level, you get 5 entries. All right? So there you go. Number 2 way to do it for free is hashtag TyRant Gang. So what you do is you take my video, copy, paste it on social media anywhere that's like fantasy football or football related, okay? With the hashtag TyRant Gang, take a screenshot, send it to me. I'll give you an entry. Probably the best way, though, is by donation, because this month, half my donations, half all my pledges and donations for the show, I'm giving away half to the Dornbecker Children's Hospitals. All right? So there you go. You help me out. You help the kids out. You help yourself out by possibly getting the signed DeAndre Swift jersey. All right? You have until Christmas Day to enter. So the more entries you get, the better chance you have of winning. So enter now. I got all the links for all of that stuff down in the description, whether you're doing it the free way with Super Draft Pro, or the hashtag TyRant Gang, or you want to donate. I got some links down there for you, however you want to donate. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming up. Oh shit, we got some last second ones rolling in here. Erica, what's up, girl? Judy or Jarvis? I'm leaning toward Judy. Can't trust Baker Mayfield for shit, for throwing anyone. So gotta go, Judy. Thank you so much for the question, Erica. Erica there. Don't hate the great. Matt's gonna burn. Haha. Big Cass. And the last question of the day, Neil Bell, Burrow or Wilson? I like Burrow this week. MVS or Guyton? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Give me Jalen Guyton this week. And that's how we're going to head out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to the show. I love you all, as always. Don't forget to donate. Don't forget to come see me Tuesday morning for the top 10 waiver wires picks for week 15. Hey, if you make it that far, then you're almost to the playoffs, or you're in the playoffs. Thanks, TyRant. Thank you, Erica. And thanks so much to the rest of you for all your support, for your viewership. All right? If I've helped you get this far, if I've helped you get to the promised land of the playoffs, just you wait. I'm going to help you win the chip, okay? So come see me Tuesday morning for the top 10 waiver wire pickups for week 15 to help you get into the championship, or to get into the playoffs, or kill it in the playoffs. Either way, love you all. Good luck this week, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Until then, I'm out. Peace.